I love the answer, and I love how you put your words together. And once again, I agree. I believe that people really need to work on their EI, like their emotional intelligence, a lot, because I feel like when they're too logical and practical, they don't like deal with the heart at all, and they're scared of being vulnerable. And I get it, but it's just like it really does the world a better place if we're just kind of like more vulnerable with each other. And I have animosity and resentment towards certain people with certain things, and I have to let that go, and I'm working on that and stuff. But having like emotional intelligence is so freaking vital. Obviously, to control it, can't be over emotional. But I agree. You have to, and then like knowing what the issue is, and obviously not staying in it. But you have to know what the issue is so that you can know where to go about it and how to fix it and how to resolve it. And I think that's a part of life. And also anything negative, like alchemy, turning it into something positive. Someone says something negative about you or throws some shade, whether it's passive or indirect, you turn it into something positive, or you can learn from it and step out of your ego. I think a lot of people are in their ego and stuff, and I think if they worked on their emotions and being vulnerable, it would really make a world a better place. Yeah, it really would make a world a better place. Excuse me.
Sorry about that. We had somebody else taking podcast equipment. Sorry for the but yeah, well said. Emotions is that's the key. That's the key to manifestation. So that goes hand in hand with the manifestation part.
Yeah, we tend to focus a lot on logic and reason, which is helpful, right? Because logic and reason are based in reality. But like we were talking about, there's a whole spiritual aspect, right? And that's the land of emotions, right? Emotions are, because it's all a feeling, right? Faith is just a feeling. You just feel like that is the way. You just need to listen to yourself. You're able to guide yourself if you can let your inside talk to you. It's just a lot of people, like you said, have a lot of blockages, so that communication system up the chakra system is messed up.
Yeah. Once again, it's one of those things that you got to have discipline and awareness, because you won't notice that your chakras are unlined, or other things that you probably going through in life if you don't have the awareness.
Yep.
And that's something that is very important that you need to practice on. And it, once again, is one of those things like you do it today and you don't have to worry about it tomorrow or the next day and so on and so forth. It's a lifetime commitment. It's something that you got to you have to continuously keep working, because you're constantly growing. And when you're
commitment to growth.
You want to be better than the person you were yesterday.
Exactly.
So, and how do you be better than the person you were yesterday is
actively trying.
Again, those walls that you ran into and that you laying out in the mud and so on and so forth, addressing those. And
that's exactly how you go. Yeah. You got to face the challenges. You got to, you got to jump the hurdle. If you don't jump the hurdle, you run into it.
Yeah.
So, and if you run into it, hopefully you learned, okay, I should jump a little sooner next time, or I need to jump a little harder, whatever it is. But
you learn as you go.
Yeah, you need.
It's a part of it.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a part of it.
I feel like a lot of people are afraid of trying because they're afraid of failing.
Because it's the unknown, you just.
But you know what's crazy about it, man? You know what's crazy about it though is that, right? We all want things. Everyone wants something that they don't have. That's what a desire is. Something you want something that you don't have. So you can't have things that you currently don't have by staying in the same place. You need to move beyond it. There's levels to it, and you need to be able to level up. And it's like Rick was saying, the only way to level up is to face those internal demons. You have to face the demons. I don't think you can achieve proper sustained success if you have not made internal peace. If there's still a conflict going on inside of you that you have not addressed with yourself, some sort of doubt, shame, worry, then somewhere along the way, even if you're currently being successful, it's gonna poke its head. Because that's your weak spot. That's where it's gonna come in through, right? And if you're able to properly handle that, well, then your success booms from there on, because you overcame that hurdle.
Like passing a level.
You leveled up. Yep.
You know what I've learned over the years is that, and I was kind of touching on it earlier, is that sometimes when there is a problem that you notice, the first thing to do is kind of get it, grab it, and catch it by its throat, so on and so forth.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't necessarily have to go that route. Sometimes you can just back off and say, you know what?
See what it does.
Just like I was saying before, you have that vision board. You don't necessarily have to sit there and be focused on that vision board, because you're sitting there focusing on the actual lifestyle itself. But if you could just step back and say, you know what? I'm going to just put myself out the way and let me just do this without focusing on the lifestyle itself. If I can just pull out of the way and just let the natural
like flow of it,
of things, the natural way of who you are, let that flow. And if you can just move out of the way of that, you don't need to pinpoint what you want, because it already knows what you want. The desire is already there.
Yeah.
It's already ready for you. You just have to put yourself in the right place.
Yeah.
Receiving it. You just have to.
Right.
It's about attracting it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out there. You have to attract everything. So that's what it's all about. So you don't necessarily have to be there and vision like I have to have everything all the way down pack, or which way I want to go, who I want to be with, this and that and the third. You don't need to get into details like that.
Yeah, a lot of it is just letting it come to you, right?
100%.
It's like a bird. You put the seeds in your hand.
You are, once again, you heard an analogy of this plant in the soil, so to speak. Like if you plant the seed, and you got to make sure that you water it and so on and so forth.
Right, you got to be like that with yourself.
100%. So what you're doing to nurture that seed is that getting rid of all the doubt and so on and so forth. All you got to do is move out the way.
Yeah, man.
All you got to do is move out the way.
A lot of people, it's crazy to think, man. It's crazy to think that a lot of people really don't think that they could do things.
Because they're in their own way. You're in your own way.
It's just so sad, man, because we're, especially in this country, you know, every single one of us is really capable of reaching whatever we want.